Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday night, and we are about to get into one we've been holding off on for quite some time. Oh, man, this nail was created way back in last June, and we are finally getting around to it. What's up, Fandom D Saint? Are we ready to talk about some Way of the Water today?
In the words of Paul Rudd, hey, look at us, look at us. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Finally, we'll be talking about Avatar, Way of the Water. Oh my gosh, Spider should have killed his father.
It has been a minute. I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about all things Spider and his dad, and we're going to be talking about it with the one, the only AK. How we doing today?
I'm here, man. I'm here, ready to go. Come through and bust up some blue skulls because people was wilding out in this movie, and I don't appreciate how they was treating my little boy Spider. I got beef.
Yeah, there's a couple that I got beef with all kinds of people. There are some people that not acting the way you think they should have been acting. We're going to talk about it. Avatar: The Way of Water, and we start back in the beautiful skies of Pandora, and right away I'm wondering how much I missed out by not watching this in the theaters. Because I mean, I have a nice big TV, but it can't be the same as watching it in the IMAX dome. How about you, Fandom? Did you see it in theaters?
Oh, I saw it. It was what was it? What they call it? The 4D type
You saw the 4D? Oh,
where
dude,
like
jealous.
where the chairs would move and like and behind you
it's
water
like
would like hit you. I was like, okay, let's go. Like it's movies like that where it's like, okay, I have to see it like this. That was like the best thing watching this, and then came the movie.
Oh man, hey, at least you got the full experience. What's up, Christian? I see you out there. Oh, how about you, AK? Did you see it in the theaters?
I did not, but I am fortunate enough to have a 4K television. So it looked super crispy.
It looked nice.
But yeah, I would have liked to have that 4D experience. I've not gone to one of those theaters yet.
I can't even imagine if you were going to do it. I mean, what better? They probably made those for The Way of Water. I mean, this is
highly likely
made for. That'd be tight. I need to see that. They need to bring that back. But boy, Jake wasted no time sowing his royal oats. I mean, my man has 4 kids already, 3 being natural. Like, woo, my man's he's getting down on Pandora. I see you. So many questions.
Can you blame him though?
Not at all. What else are you going to be doing out there in space? Are you kidding me? This weird spot. So many questions though. Like they say Grace's Avatar had a mystery birth, but right out of the gate, did you have any guesses who you thought it was? I know that we get into it later, but did we have any idea how she had gotten pregnant right out of the gate, or were you tripping as much as me, AK?
I was trying to figure that out, and I could not because it didn't make sense. They showed no signs of that.
Nothing. I mean,
in part 1, so I don't know.
Did you see any clues to it, Fandom?
I don't know. I was debating even to rewatch the first film and be like,
right?
Did she like show any sign that she might have liked that other dude or something?
She died. She literally died, but now apparently her avatar is in stasis or something.
I mean, she could have been pregnant before she got shot.
Well, she was, obviously, and then somehow they kept the baby alive when she died off, and like you said,
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a lot to do. Like I know they got some strong magic when it comes into play, but it wasn't doing that.
Yeah, that's some Bad Batch type resurrection stuff going on. I don't know. And also, was it her that was pregnant and like it somehow transcended into the Avatar? And didn't her Avatar like merge back into Eywa last movie? So it's like, how was it back in the lab conceiving a child? Like that was all just kinds of weird and crazy.
Exactly. They yada yada over that, but they forgot that we were out here analyzing all this shit.
Right? Like that just didn't make a lot of sense to me. But we see right out of the gate that Neytiri had no love for the little human boy Spider, saying that he should be with his own kind. And we see like just how much she meant that shit later in the movie. But isn't it crazy that like how hypocritical, like being as she was, like who she was married to? Like you are married to a human. What are you hating on?
Look at your kids, bitch. Look at your kids. Your own people don't really fuck with your kids like that. Why? Because they call them half-breeds. And you really want to show that much hate and disrespect towards that little boy who is very much in love with your daughter. And I don't know if you noticed, but she is very much in love with him. What? And then you left the baby. He went back to save your child, and then you left him.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what are we doing here, Nazir? What the fuck happened to you, man? You used to be cool.
We got to get into it. It made no sense. But I was like, what is happening? This is ridiculous. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, one of the things that threw me off a bit was with this movie was like the children's dialogue, like a few too many bros and cousins. That was kind of irritating to me a little bit. And then like, this is a different species on a different planet. So like, I'm pretty sure they'd have a different like way of saying things and different slang terms than earthlings. Like
They would, but look at who their daddy is though.
Yeah,
he's very influential with their vernacular.
Yeah, that makes sense because when Kiri called her brother penis face, that kind of took me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, wait.
The only reason they know those words is because of him.
So yeah, but that'd be such a bummer, just laying there chilling with your lady and looking up, seeing the sky people had returned. Like you just out here just trying to have date night, kicking it just as peaceful as can be, and you see the enemy has returned. Like, oh, how big a bummer is that?
I would have been pissed off as hell. I'm like, one, boner killer, and two,
Right.
all right, time for war.
Right?
You're there trying to Netflix and chill, and you see these motherfuckers coming back to invade. Like, come on. Oh, I'd be irritated.
Like, come on, bro. Didn't we do this already? We already kicked y'all asses once.
Right? And they were not coming extending any olive branches. They were coming to take back everything.
Talking about they want revenge. How you want revenge
right
when they beat your ass because you was trying to steal their shit?
You got kicked out of their planet.
What?
The way around, like, hey. Like, I was so confused on the first watch. Like, I thought when they woke up that Avatar calling him Colonel, like it was Colonel Jake Sully, and which had like all the next scenes making no sense. But then it obviously clicked in what was happening the second time around. I was like, that was a little confusing the first time around. Like when he came through in the lab and didn't know who he was, like, oh, that was the actual Colonel, not Jake. That was tripping. That was a confusing spot for me. But what Jake has is like warriors on point, like just laying swift and coordinated attacks on those fools. Like he had his troops working like well-oiled machine, everybody but his own sons, like who can't seem to follow the simplest of orders. What was up with that, Phantom?
Yeah, good. Because at one point I was like, okay, eventually you guys kind of knew the humans were going to return. So you had better get, trading and everything just in case that ever happens.
Yeah.
But you really want your own damn kids.
Anybody
like top tier and everything. Like that was like, what's going on?
I get kids are rebellious and always fighting back, but come on. I mean, if you're gonna have anybody in line for such a dangerous situation, let it be your little ones. Like, these kids couldn't follow any orders. Like if Loak's little bitch ass would have listened even once, there would have been so many problems that could have been avoided. But nope.
But that was pretty much kind of like a foreshadowing that one of them was gonna die.
Yep.
That he wasn't?
That he was going to die. That one of them was going to die doing something stupid.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about being cloned as a Navi and being brought back in that body with all your older memories like that? Like, I don't know. How would you feel about that?
I mean, he signed up for it. So it's the whole, you're talking about the Black Ops team that they sent out, right?
And then the colonel like basically died, but then they brought him back to like run everything as a Navi.
That pissed me off.
You're right. I forgot he did die. So yeah, again, all these deaths, but now they're suddenly back alive again as avatars. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that.
That's just crazy. So he brought him back. Like, yeah, I mean, wouldn't that tweak you out? I mean, it's like, hey, I did my time. I gave my life for my. I'm done. Don't bring me back into this mess.
Wait. No, I think this was always in the plans, actually, because remember he left that video message for himself.
Yeah, he said in case I got to bite the dust, haha, I'm back.
Yeah, this was always the backup plan.
But for me, I felt that was kind of like cheap. So now it's like even if they did end up defeating the colonel, it's like, oh, he's gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. At this point, they might as well just made an army of colonels
and just clone them all.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Just clone them. Just clone them.
And speaking of, this is Jake's old squad, or at least like his brothers, like, and they knew him. So if they all have the original memories, why are they so gung-ho about killing him all of a sudden, like when he was their brother in arms?
Is that his old squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all went out. That's what they came in together. Remember that it was actually his brother's squad, but then his brother died, so then they brought in Jake Sully to be a part of their squad and go on this crazy mission.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't really hold no loyalty to him because they didn't really know him like that.
I guess they didn't know
his brother. He was one of the scientists. He wasn't even part of the army.
He was. His brother wasn't a scientist. I think he was one of the boot guys.
No, the
right?
brother was a scientist.
No, he was a scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what
He was
Jason
on Sigourney. He was on Sigourney Weaver's team.
Weaver team? Okay, there you go. Yeah, I get. Okay, that makes a lot more sense then. It had been too long since I seen that first.
Yeah, none of those guys really held any loyalty to what's his name, Sully at all.
But speaking of brothers, I know I'm not the only one thinking that Kiri and Spider are definitely brother and sister, right? Like those are both Grace's kids, in my opinion.
How?
You don't think Kiri is Grace's daughter? Like the one?
Well, no, that's the little the little girl that they cloned from her or whatever, however the pregnancy with her went. That's her from her, yeah. But why do you think Spider is
I just feel like the connection between those two, and like you were talking about, I guess you were talking about they were in love with each other, but I don't think it's like love like that. I think it's like a brother-sister love. I think we're gonna find out that Grace and the Colonel hit it, and that's where Spider came.
Oh hell no!
Nah,
personality.
You wilding on that. You wilding on that. There is no way in hell, even if she was drunk as hell, would she let him?
It gets lonely up there in space. I'm telling you.
Bullshit. There was far more dick up there than him. Nah.
Yeah.
She don't like jarheads like that anyway. No.
Kingpin
You
being
wilding
the
on
father
that
of
one.
Echo to now.
Right. I'm saying here we go again.
We're gonna find out. We're right. I'm telling you. We're gonna find out. It's gonna come out with part 3, and we're absolutely gonna find out they are brother and sister. Oh my god.
I'll personally go to James Cameron and slap him like, wow.
Right. James will get a very angry email from me like, bro, I used to be a fan, but now you fucked up.
Well, if not, who are the mother and father? Because we know Grace is Kira's mom and the Colonel is Spider's dad. So who are the other parents of the two?
No name.
Well, I need
not
to
for
know
Grace
more. No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Grace, I need to know more about their whole process and why she is all of a sudden in stasis now, and her body has been. I mean, it looked like it was absorbed by Iowa and the Great Tree, but now it's in stasis. So I need an explanation of that before I even start thinking about who the baby daddy is. But for Spider, that could have been any other chick on there. Well, I don't think he would go with the nerds. I think it was probably one. I don't want to say one of his subordinates because he is a stickler for rules in that sense. But there were other people there that were, of his same station.
Hey, Linda, how you doing out there? Good to see you.
Hey, Linda.
It could be. We see early on. What's up, fandom? Do you have any guesses who they are?
Nah, but it is hella weird that whoever the mom is to Spider,
right? Where did she
come
go?
back or anything? Like, she just left him there. Granted that I know some of the humans got exiled, but still, like, you didn't even try to make sure that your son is sticking with you.
Well, did she die in childbirth?
Yeah, so it wasn't
because it seems like he was stuck there, like from jump after the Colonel was.
Oh yeah, didn't they actually say something about that? Like, they said pregnant people can't jump in space or go in cryospace, so the mom had to stay there because she was pregnant, or was that what it was? And maybe that's why. Yeah,
possibly.
I think they said something about that. They said either babies or pregnant women can't go through space.
Babies, yeah, that I do know. Babies, yeah.
So that's why he was stuck there, because maybe he was just born, and then they got kicked out and he couldn't go. So I wonder who stayed and raised him, though. That's kind of crazy. That's just wild. I mean, I know they have a few of those guys that stayed, but yeah, that's kind of wild. Who stayed and raised this kid when he was an infant? So many questions they left unanswered. But we see early on there's some kind of special bond between Kiri and the entire planet of Pandora. So what is it that has her so connected with this planet? Like, how is she so connected with it, AK?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. I don't know. And I'm assuming these are things that they have left unsaid specifically because what do we have? Like two more movies still in this series to go?
You say 2, and then I remember reading
It
A
might
loose
be 3,
thing.
actually.
It might be even 2 more. And I was like, dude, put it to rest.
Yeah.
This right, my great grandkids or something gonna be like watching the end of this.
Feel it. Yeah, the scientists raised them for sure. Did those 2 that were the main ones? Did we see were those the 2 that raised him, or because they seem to know exactly what was up with Curie and how to heal her too. So I thought those 2 might have came back with all the rest of them when they invaded, but maybe they were 2 of the ones that were able to stay, and those were the 2 that raised him.
Yeah.
But
I
he hung
think it
out
was
with his
definitely the
family.
ones.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. He hung out with Jake and their family and was basically raised out with the Naboo. That's why he can speak their language so well.
Which is also why, again, I don't understand why Neytiri is on that bullshit when it comes to that baby. What do you mean he belongs with his own kind? He's literally
You
your
raised
kind.
this child,
He knows more. Exactly. You might as well be this kid's mom.
right?
Like, come on, man. That's just rude.
Yeah. What's up, fandom? What keeps giving Curie seizures?
I guess because of this whole thing with her mom being transferred. There has to be something with that.
It could be something with it, just not being natural to the planet.
Mhm.
How creepy would that be, having like all your old memories in your avatar and then like coming upon your original dried up dead body like that? When the
That was
Colonel walked
insane.
out there, dude, that was so creepy.
Bruh.
That would be gnarly. That's like straight out of a horror movie. Absolutely. I would not like that. So again, in the short time that the movie's been playing, like Loak's trifling ass has like his siblings in an extremely dangerous situation. Why do any of them even listen to this boy anymore? Like all he does is put their lives in death situation, in life or death situations. Like you know the dangerous kid in the crew. Like why are they still listening to him?
It makes no sense. It really doesn't. And I get it. Like you want to go out there and be reckless, I suppose, in your youth. But is it really that hard for you to just sit down sometimes? Like literally, that's all you have to do. You don't got to go nowhere. Just sit down.
Or
Stay
be
still.
the bigger brother and sit his ass down for once. Like don't get into doing such
like
stupid stuff all the time.
If you give him a couple knocks upside the head, your dad might shake his finger at you like, "Oh, you don't do that." But then that's gonna be the end of it, and he's gonna know not to fuck around next time.
I mean, yeah, this time it is a very dangerous. As the man who wants revenge on his father now has all the kids as leverage. Like you just put them in.
Bro, you couldn't just sit down, so you couldn't go flying. So this is the shit that you decided to go do.
And like, how did the Colonel know right out the gate that Loak was Jake's son? Like, what was that about?
And also the attitude.
It could have definitely been the 4 fingers, but if that's the case, why didn't he think Curie was his?
Who did he see first?
I can't remember, but he just looked at it. As soon as he grabbed Jake's kid, he knew instantly that was his son. Like
he might also recognize his eyes because he's pretty intimate with Jake up close and personal in his avatar form, so he could recognize it in the face.
That's true. Yeah, because when he found his own dead human skeleton, he crushed his head with his bare hands. Like, did he do that because he felt some kind of way about his original self? Like maybe he realized.
Yeah, you failed, but I'm not.
Yeah, he's totally a narcissist. Mm-hmm.
He's like, you were weak and I'm strong, and like this is the new me.
Yeah, I agree.
Or was he just trying to get rid of it? Like, I realized I wasn't a good man, and I just want to get rid of that and be done with that guy. He wasn't any good.
He has no remorse about a damn thing.
It almost seemed like he did a little bit. Like he seemed a little bit like he was a little better guy than the original, but yeah, I don't know. I have some discrepancies with the continuity errors. Like when Loak called the avatars to his father, he said there were 6, and then the parents took out 2 of them, but then somehow there's still 5 of them running around shooting, and then the mom took out another one with an arrow, so there should only been 3 left. Yet somehow when they come back, all 6 run back to the chopper and get airlifted out. I was like, I don't know. The continuity in that whole scene drove me nuts.
Hey, it was a good action scene.
It was good action.
Was it a good action scene though? Because I feel like as skilled as they have become on these Black Ops runs that they do, they should have been able to take all them guys out without being caught. Like they got to the 3rd guy, and that's when a whole bunch of noise and all that other nonsense came in. Like, why? You could have just kept shooting the arrows.
Yeah, that was.
I just didn't understand the tacticalness of that, I guess.
How evil was Carmela just standing there torturing a little boy trying to get the answer she wanted? Like, I needed her to die in just a painful way. Like,
Immediately.
oh,
At
man.
one point, I thought she was gonna be the mom Spider, but then I was like, oh no.
No, they better get that done by the next one because she's got to go. I do not like her
Mhm.
at all. Like,
Mhm.
get your ass back to the Sopranos. So Jake realized,
Was she in there?
yeah, she says Carmela. That's why I called her Carmela. That was Tony Soprano's wife.
No, sure.
So Jake realizes in order to save, it's also Nurse Jackie. So Jake realizes in order to save his own people, he must like take his family and flee. Like that would be so brutal going from living like that royalty lifestyle to just living on the lam like that. That would be awful. Good.
Eh.
I mean, you're saving their people, but I mean, you're living like kings to living on the run. That's from top to bottom. That's no good. And they flee to the sea to live amongst the reef people. And you already know, like sons from two different families of royalty, there are going to be problems.
Mhm.
It takes no time at all for the boys to start testing each other.
They
And
are
again,
so xenophobic. It's annoying.
that's the way it is, though. That's exactly how it would be, too.
Yeah, very true.
And again, even in the water, we see Kiri has a special relationship with nature and like all her surroundings. She seems to be able to communicate with all living things on this planet. Like, where is that coming from, Phantom?
Again, because her connection to the tree, damn it. To the
It's all
tree.
about water. Iwa.
I think that's what it is too. Yeah.
Yeah, he had to give up his position too. Like the kids, I mean, all of them went from princes to just nothing, basically. Like that would be a rough way to go. There's nothing easy about that. It seemed like the colonel didn't really have a job for Spider to do at first. Did he just bring him along to keep him away from like the evil lab coats? Or was he like showing a little softer side for Spider right out the gate and we didn't even notice at first? Because he didn't have to bring Spider with him, but
It seems like there's some like unconditional love that's there. Mixed in with some using him. It's like half and half.
Think
I
so?
think he just wanted to use him.
Feel it.
Because
I
he
love
straight
that.
up said, I'm not your dad. I'm not that dude.
Right.
And yet later on we see otherwise.
Eh.
I love that, Linda. The fact that she's having all
Grace
these
and-
seizures is
Mhm.
coming from Grace and the tree god, Iwa.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what the connection is. That's why she's hearing like the huge that huge whale. That's her. I don't know. I guess we'll call him her familiar now or whatever they want to call him. Like that's why she was so in tune with that and in tune with everything when she goes into those like deep states. I think
It's
it's cool.
interesting because isn't like Weaver like also like acting? Isn't Grace as well? Is she Grace as well?
What?
I think.
So yeah, I think yeah. I think she voiced this character, didn't she?
Yeah, the daughter as well as like so it's like it's
Mhm.
weird too. So it's like who is she like really here? Like I need some explaining
Yeah.
to do, James
A little
Cameron.
clone of herself.
Yeah, they got to explain that. For sure.
It's a clone. Jake is such a Marine through and through. Like first he scolds his son for fighting with the other boys, but doesn't let his eldest get out of there without telling him how the other boy looked. Like such a
See,
dad.
that's it really is. And I was looking at him like, bro, where is this energy when it comes to Spider though? Like you should be doing the exact same thing with that kid.
No, that's true. Absolutely. And he does. He's better than the wifey, but man, yeah, he should be better. And how naive is Loak? Like you just kicked the shit out of these boys and you don't think they're coming for you for a little payback? Like he should have been on full alert, especially with that whack ass apology. Like, sorry I hit you so many times. Like he should have known it was coming. He should have known it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
So the other boys say they're going to go hunting outside the reef where the real men hunt. And he knows he's not allowed, but he doesn't want to seem like a chicken. So he got to go. Like, what would have went down if he would have actually died out there? Like, that'd have been a real, like, Cersei Caitlyn moment.
Oh, been over. He's like, all right, blood for blood. Let's
Are
go.
you talking about after they found the water people?
When they went out to the water
No.
people and the kids took him out, like the kids fought, and then they took him out
and then left him there.
Mhm.
and left him out
Bro.
there. What if he would have died? Like,
Bro.
he should have died. I mean, what would have happened then?
If that would have happened, I mean, had it been me, luckily I'm not the mama. had it been me, I don't care how royal your blood is, someone's head is getting chopped off. Because that's not a prank. That's dangerous. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
He literally should have died out there. He should have died. That sort of explained that Grace's avatar gave birth to her. I think it's a reincarnation of Grace, so it is a little clone.
Okay,
but
that's the thing though. They still have Grace's body in the avatar body in stasis now. That is what I need the explanation for. Because how is she reborn or reincarnated as this girl, but then they still have the actual body, like she's expected to come back? I'm assuming that's why she's in that machine, because otherwise why is she there and not hanging out with Eywa?
Yeah, 100%. We need the third one to explain and bring some of them home for sure, because they left a lot out there hanging. It's just crazy. Loak does actually come home very close to being lunch, if not for a friendly outcast, Tolkien, that happened to just be there in time to save his life. And it's always nice as a newcomer to befriend the biggest kid in the playground. Like, being a kid that moved around a lot as a youngster myself, like, I learned that lesson at a very early age. Like, always, like, quickly befriend the biggest and toughest kid in the area. It makes life a whole lot easier for you out there. And being playing all the sports, definitely. So just like his dad, Loak bonds with the largest living thing around, which of course is going to come into play later. And that was dope, a dope shot, like seeing the two side by side underwater and seeing like just how massive that Mulkin thing really was. Like, they did have some clean ass shots in this movie. I would give it. That looked awesome. The Cove of the Ancestors looked like a dope spot too. Like, it had like the hills and the caves in the air. And then since they're already like used to like that living situation, why didn't they just make their home there instead of like the sea level with the rest of the plebs? I didn't get that. Like, why not just stay out there with the ancestors? I mean, I guess they'd be alone, but I don't know. It seemed like you would keep everybody out of trouble because you wouldn't be putting anybody else in harm's way for hiding you. Seemed like that would have been the move. But at the end of Ancestors tree, Kiri went into a seizure once connected to it. And is that because she's not natural Na'vi, or is it because of something else, AK?
I'm sorry, ask that again, please.
When they got to the ancestor tree, Kiri, like, once she hooked into it, like, she instantly had a seizure once she was connected to it. So why? Is it because she's not natural Na'vi, or is there some other reason?
I think it's just it was too much of an overload. Like, to not necessarily because of the way she was made, but just that connection with Grace and Eywa. I don't think she was ready to get that big of a hit.
Those scientists said if she ever did it again, it would kill her and to never let her do it again. And everybody was like, what? You know, you can't connect to the tree. That's life. Like, that was, I don't know. That seemed like to be a thing.
And I knew for a fact we're going to connect again.
Right. Exactly. They are definitely going to come back to that.
Oh, man. It also looked like Spider and Clone Daddy were starting to bond a little bit. Like, while they were flying together, there was definitely a little giggling going on. Like, okay, it's a little daddy son thing happening here. Also bonding was the entire Sea Clan when the migrating Mulkin pod came swimming back in. Like, that was a dope scene. Seeing them all reconnect their spirit animals.
That was pretty slick.
Like, how did that look in the 4D fandom?
Spectacular.
I can only imagine.
I have a question. The leader of the Water Tribe was saying that they don't want Jake and his problems there, but there's been humans poaching creatures in the waters not that far away from them for a long time now, it seems. Why were they not handling that?
Well, they just came back with the Sky People, didn't they?
No, the people that have been out there fishing.
Yeah, I think they just came back with the Sky People to get that stuff because it was so expensive. Maybe they'd been out there the whole time.
I thought they'd been out there the whole time. I thought.
I mean,
I couldn't misremember it,
and they were good at it, so maybe it's possible they've been out there the whole time.
With the whole like narrative thing with Jake, it's like it's very hard to tell like how long the humans return have been like all around and stuff. So it's like,
Yeah, insane.
But even then, with the whole poaching though for like that yellow liquid that's supposed to give you like some type of fountain of youth. Like this is my question. How did they know drinking that is gonna give them like, some type of fountain of youth thing?
Yeah, how did they
Who,
drill into
who's
that?
the first person who's like,
saying.
hey, let's drink this?
Right.
See what happens.
Who was the first one that tested that?
Right, exactly.
theory?
What was the test group on that?
Like,
What was the
did you
control?
Did you just bring a band of crackheads up and just make them go around the planet licking shit?
Right, exactly. How do you figure this shit out? Who was in charge of that?
Like the whole first movie with the Rock thing, I'm like, okay, that's understandable. But this is like, what
Exactly.
That was a
And
bit
now supposedly they're planning on just taking over the whole planet is the long game that they're playing at, because of course humans gonna human and Earth is fucked now. So they can't really stay there anymore.
Exactly. Like, what's not cool, and also what wasn't cool, is watching that Colonel Dickhead roll up on that peaceful island and just torch everything to the ground.
Everything, like, dude.
Yeah.
How is an
Like, what the
entire
hell is
island of
wrong
warriors
with you?
to let 6 Marines come in and do that? Like, I don't know about that.
Bro,
Come on,
I don't understand it either.
I know you got guns, but we got numbers. Let's go. Like, we
Seriously.
get down right here, because that is just too much.
Like, this is literally your land. They don't know shit about this terrain. What are you doing?
And as big a dickhead as the Colonel is, it does look like he was battling some inner demons, because the personality of the old him is ruthless, and first instinct was to tell this guy to like put the chieftain's wife down. But then after hearing the pleas from Spider, he actually seemed to like soften up a little bit, and instead of killing her, kind of just burnt the place to the ground. And then, I mean, if those are the two choices, at least he did kind of take the softer one. But man, so I don't know. It does seem like
Being a father changes you, apparently.
See, softens you
Yeah.
up. It seems like the Avatar is actually a better being than the human was.
He can still go eat a dick.
No, he's still
Oh yeah.
I still want to shoot him in the face.
evil is evil. It's just a little less. Is this Avatar the Colonel actually a better being? Or yeah, like I said, evil is evil. But I don't know. Like I said, I think this one, he's a better being than the original life form. He's definitely as cunning as he like comes up with a surefire way to draw out Jake Sully. Like, that was messed up how Payakan was like an outcast. I mean, yeah, the Tolkien way, he broke the law by trying to kill, but I mean, he's a fish. And
He was trying to save his people, though.
Yeah, like the
Like,
bastard
damn,
killed
get
Obama right in front of him. What is he supposed
God,
to do? What
homie,
did
some
you do?
slack.
Yeah,
Like, you just pushed him away, just gave him away because why? Because he was trying to protect his mom.
he saw
My
his
God.
mom get killed, and he tried saving the rest of
Like,
them. And I mean, what do you
Come
want?
on, man.
Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, they hella rude.
And it was cool, like how Tassira was like the first to point out that Loak had bonded with the Tolkien, so he was like truly one of them now, since he felt like he never fit in anywhere else. That was a tight little moment.
And that is also his daddy's fault, because what the hell is wrong with you, Sully? Stop treating these kids the way you treat them. Like, even for the oldest boy, that one part, I think it was just after they came in, where he was trying to go help with the fight, and Jake was like, no, you got to stay here. And he was like, I'm a soldier, I'm supposed to fight. Like, if you don't want him to go, what are you training them for?
Yeah.
What is all this extracurricular shit you got them learning for?
Like themselves. And like his wife had to tell him, like, we are not a squad, we are a family. Like, this is not a soldier.
Exactly.
We
You're
are-
too hard on them, bro.
Yeah.
They're kids.
So that's just, you got to ease up a little bit. I think someone threw voodoo into his memory. The scientists have his empathy for fun. Just messing with him. Yeah, it makes sense, because he does seem to be battling
yeah.
demons. Absolutely. But yeah, then when she grabbed his hand and then she said she saw him, like his ears, Loak's ears perked up real quick. Like, and I'm guessing that's not the only thing that perked up, because my man was all kinds of happy. He's like, hey, see, people aren't too bad.
I mean,
I like it around here.
look,
He's gonna get back
she
in the
was
role.
literally the first one to say hi to everybody, and he is the first one to actually open his mouth. Everybody else just standing there all stoic and shit. He was like,
Oh,
hey y'all, how you doing?
he's
The
like,
pretty girl smiled at him, so of course he's gonna take that in.
I came from royalty. I'm about to be royalty again and marry right back into it.
Watch me work, Dad.
I believe it. I'm gonna marry right back in and get my status back. Please believe. Oh man, I think someone did. Watching that skipper stroll around the ship, like barking orders, like he had swag. Ooh, I couldn't wait for that man to get his. I was like,
I was so waiting for that.
you evil bastard. I was so sick when they hunted and killed the mama Tolkien. Like, why did they like specifically kill the mama? Like, actually, they tell us it's because the calf swims slow and the mom won't leave the calf, so it makes her easier to catch.
Mhm.
How
Yep.
ruthless are these bastards? Are you kidding me?
Like it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh,
See, you assholes, you want to come to this new planet and you talk about you want to make this your planet. This shit's gonna end up just like Earth because y'all be doing too fucking much.
yeah, that's ridiculous. The skipper said they were peaceful animals, never seemed to like raise a fin, and we know that they're highly intelligent, even
But
more
they
so than
can.
humans. Like, so why didn't they protect themselves a little better? I don't know. That seems
Something else that needs to be explained because that's absurd.
Yeah.
They literally could have wiped them out without help from any of the Na'vi.
Oh god, how bad did you want to blow up every one of those hunting ships when they killed that mama Tolkien? Like, oh, they showed the aerial view with the baby swimming under it, wondering what was wrong with his mom. Like, those
Mhm.
bastards knew, like, there was cornering it, but I don't know. I knew theirs was coming, but it couldn't come fast enough for me.
Yeah,
Facts.
it's kind of like in real life how people just be hunting down animals for sport or just whatever.
Yeah, if you're gonna eat it,
And
whatever.
Like it's the shit that when they do it for sport, that's what
Mhm.
pisses me off. Like if you gotta eat, I get it, you gotta eat. But if you just going around hunting just to put a deer head on your wall, I ain't with that too much.
Absolutely brutal.
but then with this, it's like they're not like trying to like gain something for like medicine. They're just gaining something just to like live longer. And this
Yeah,
ain't gonna
Yeah,
be like
exactly,
a few like
exactly.
$100. It's probably gonna cost like so much money. It's the elites that like use it.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
they said billions of dollars. I mean, yeah, and all for vanity purposes, and all for just that
Yep.
little tiny vial, and then just kill the rest of that huge beast. Like, oh, it's so evil.
It's just so horrible. So horrible.
And once the clan hears what's been done, they're ready to go to war with the Sky People, and it takes everything Jake has to talk him back down, but somehow he's able to do it, so that helped out. But doesn't his wife like have a point? If they didn't eventually take on the colonel, like he was never going to stop
He's
hunting.
just gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sooner or later, you just got to face the devil and get it.
Mm-hmm.
When
He needed to pull the Hail Mary like he did in movie 1. And have Awa like bring all of the rest of the sea creatures that are not usually in the vicinity to come to work.
Oh, when Loak went to tell Payakan about the hunters coming, why did all the siblings feel like they had to go? Like, that was kind of weird. And then the chief told his pregnant wife she should stay back, and she's like, "Nope, I ride."
Nope.
I was like, "What's up, random? Do you let your pregnant wife ride into battle with you like that, or do you ever stay back?"
Depends. Now let her ride it.
I have a question.
Yeah, you let her ride. Okay, first answer. How about you, AK? Do you let your girl go, or do you like, no, man, we got a little baby that we got to protect?
No, see, first of all, we're not gonna let her do anything. She's gonna do what she wants to do. And will I voice my opinion on what she would like to do? Would I like her to stay back instead of riding into battle? Yeah. But is this a worthy cause, if any, and we need all hands on deck? I'm not gonna tell her. I can't tell her to stay there.
Oh,
I mean, she's fighting for her family just like I'm fighting for the family too. So, and if we need all hands on deck again, yeah, she got to come.
you said you
I ain't gonna like it, but I'm not gonna stop her.
feel it. And what were you about to say before that? Oh, you were going to say something before that. Before I got you to answer that, do you remember what it was? I know, cut it
Oh
off.
no, it was that.
Oh, feel it.
It was that. That's what I was gonna say. That's why I said I have a question. It's like, well, what makes you think you could let her do anything?
Yeah, Linda says no. Pregnant or not, we're riding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's crazy. And once they got that tracker out of the Payakan, like, why were they sticking around, like hiding in seaweed? Like, get your little asses back to camp.
Just
Stat.
leave.
Like, they wanted to wait until the subs were in the water before making a run for it. Like, what? Come on.
Like, do y'all understand what a Black Ops mission is? You go in, you do the shit, and you get out. What are you hanging around for?
So of course the kids get captured, and again, it looks like Jake is going to have to give himself. Like, but all is not lost because my main mammal Payakan is one on the seafloor losing his shit. He is not about to let this go down, and he knows it's
like, oh hell no, not again.
right? He knows it's against their ways to attack the ships, but they have his little brother, and he's gonna do what he gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Man says, I did it once and it's about to go ham again. He says, fuck it, goes ham, just beaching himself on the deck of that ship. That was so sick. Like my man said, you ain't getting away with it again.
Kid came to fight. Like, look here. Okay, see, it don't matter if I attack you now because I've already lost everything. But that little motherfucker right there, that one, that's mine. You ain't fucking with him.
I just got family back. You ain't taking my second family away. How sick was that? Like the head move, like when they tried to torpedo him and Payakin just dipped and bounced to the bridge and like
made it look pretty as shit too. Like so he was in the boxing ring just dodging punches.
Exactly. Just dipped that big torpedo coming at him. Like try again. That was amazing.
Man, miss me with that bullshit, bruh.
We see Siri, aka Kiri, ain't no joke with his being one with the planet. Like she was just straight directing seaweed to snap.
It was in there
and crush them. That was crazy. Like Kiri ain't nothing to play with. Maybe she's really just like God and Iwa is her daddy.
Who's texting me?
How does she have that many powers doing that? Like she had seaweed attacking submarines.
I mean, that's possible. That's possible. There's a lot of extra going on with that girl.
There was a lot of extra going on. I was like, what is happening here? This is amazing. But how satisfying was that to see the skipper finally just flying one way and his arm going the other? I was like, yeah, there you go.
Should have been even more parts going in different directions.
I needed that though. I needed that. And again, like once freed, the first thing Loak does is grab a gun and says, we can't leave Spider. Like, what do you do in that spot, AK? Do you bounce and maybe come back with reinforcements, or do you try and go save him right then and there?
Absolutely not. I'd go get my baby. No, we do not. We do not leave the children's.
Oh man, that is insanity.
No, absolutely not. Especially when you know this kid literally knows all your secrets and whatnots. If there's anything else to be tortured out of him, they could go hard on that. Why would you do that?
My man on the back. He's not, like, my brother, we got to go get him.
Right, exactly. It's not tactically sound as far as strategy, and also that the kid is family. Come on, man. I know he's a regular human, but that's literally a kid. What are you doing?
You got my brother. We got to go. We're going for it. I'm there with you. But little Toot crying about, like, I can't believe I'm tied up again. What did you think was going to happen?
Maybe if you would have stayed your little badass at home instead of bribing your brothers to take you everywhere, you wouldn't be in this predicament.
This is not for you. You know, you just wait till you get a little bit bigger. Then you can come.
Right. Can you grow taller a little bit more, please?
Oh, just you putting us all on.
Come over here and get mad that you got captured. Well, stay home next time.
Right? Right when I saw Natiyam hit water, like I was like, is he holding himself? Like he looks like he got shot. And sure as shit. Like
yeah.
That's
okay, we got some stakes now. Let's get it on.
You knew it
had to be him. Yeah. It had to be him because he was the quote unquote favorite son in Jake's eyes. So it took that to make Jake fully fucking start paying attention that his parenting style is not as great as he thinks it is.
Right. And he's
the firstborn too, right? I think.
Yeah. He's the oldest.
Yeah, he's the oldest.
And it's like we got a lot more storyline from Loak. Like he's even the one that's hooking up with the chief's daughter. Like you just you knew it had to be him.
Loak is literally the one that's the most like Jake.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is exactly the same shit that he did when he came to the damn planet.
And that's how it goes. It's usually that middle kid that relates a lot more to you. So, yep, that's it. But they gave us a hint earlier, like when Jake told him, you know, you almost got your brother killed, right? Like you knew it was coming. You almost got him killed this time. You gonna get him killed next time. Like, that's
foreshadowing.
Exactly. Was it fair for Jake to put that blame on his son though, telling him to stay back? Like he's already done enough. Like, yeah, maybe the specifics, but these people are only here to hunt down Jake. Like, this is on you. Like, how are you gonna
say it the way that he did was really messed up, and that's why I have beef with his parenting style because those words did not need to come out of your mouth like that, bro.
He's already grieving as it is, and now he gets
exactly
on him. He's like,
he's already beating himself up about it. He feels terrible. You can see that just looking at his face, and you want to just rub it in more because you're upset. Like, come on, dude. This is your fault. This is literally your fault.
But Nateria was going ham when she got on that boat. Like she was like, "You killed my son, now I'm killing everybody." Like she
I
was
mean,
going.
on that, I will not hold her because I would have been in the exact same mindset.
Oh, mama went mama. She's like, now everybody
Mhm.
got to die.
That is my baby, my firstborn. What?
Oh yeah.
Ah, bro.
She's like, you all gonna catch one now. Even Spider
Everybody
knew to
catch
stay
a
hid.
bullet.
Spider knew to stay hid at that point. Like he's like, I have never seen
He was
this.
like, nope.
Like, let me just
Not
stay the
today.
hell out the way because she about to kill everybody in sight. And she did. Oh, we see that was a smart move because once he did come out, she snatched his ass up real quick. Like she looked like the Colonel right in his eye and said, "A son for a son." And I knew she wasn't playing, and Spider knew it too.
And that again is why I got beef with her. What do you mean a son for a son? That's your fucking son too.
I'm saying.
What?
I'm saying, like, come on. This was just brutal.
God. It's so crazy. The double standard that's there, and they won't let her see that. I feel like that is also something else that needs to be handled in part 3 because it's absurd.
Oh, absolutely. How were you feeling about all that when that was going on, Phantom?
Did it surprise me? No. Was it wrong? No. Yes.
Yeah, that was just so ridiculously crazy. I do not understand why they made that her point of view when it comes to Spider. It does not sit with her character.
It's gonna change though, because again, right, as this moment, her son just died, so she's still in the mourning process. She's not thinking straight.
I mean, she was like that from the very beginning, though.
Yeah.
But now it worsened since her son just died
from the very beginning, and now it's just worse.
Yeah,
that is true. But were you a little surprised that the Colonel was actually the one that released the girl so Spider wouldn't die? Like it was actually the Colonel that went soft.
No, because it was building up to that though. When it came to Spider, if it was anyone else, it'd been like, I don't give a fuck. But when it came to his own son, he was like,
he showed love.
But I don't think if he was in his human form, it would still been the same. It's something with him being like in the Avatar body is changing him.
Think so?
That could be. I like that. Ewa speaking. Got Ewa coming through talking. When they were all getting off the boat, I was like, I know Jake's not trying to let him live. Like he just killed your son, and he said what I was thinking. Like he's never gonna stop hunting you. Your family will never be safe as long as he's alive. Like, come on. And then first off, why when that fire started to surround them, did they go back to the sinking ship? Like your water people now swim under that shit.
Swim.
I was like, what?
That didn't make sense to me either.
Not at all. I was like, wait a minute. You live that new life now. Like, what is happening? And second, like, I'm not believing for a minute that after all that, Nateri would let her baby girl just slip out of her grasp like that. I was just like, no way that's happening. Come on. Like, not after everything she just went through and got it back. Like, give me a break. And again, the fact that Spider like came out to save Kiri and now they just always end up together, like it just seemed to have a special bond to me. And I'm sure that's the showrunners letting us know that they are indeed brother and sister. We're going to find out. I'm telling you, we are going to find out that these two are related. And it's not just because he grew up with them. They are literally going to be brother and sister next year. Watch.
I'm not entertaining this.
You heard it here first. I know Linda was talking about a different one, but we're going to post it up for this one. Good theory. Absolutely. They are brother and sister, 100%. He said, no. I'm not even entertaining this. I'm telling you, watch. They are going to be brother and sister. But I can't believe, like, through that whole battle, the Colonel didn't end up with a scar on the eye. Like, it was actually Jake that got a big scratch over his eye. I thought that was kind of weird because I thought he was going to get a scar just like the first Colonel had. That would have been a nice little tie-in, but nope, Jake got one instead. But such a tough decision for like poor Spider. Do you save the man that's kind of saved you twice, or do you let him drown for all the damage that he's caused up till now? Like, what do you do there, Phantom?
I know you saved them once. You saved them twice?
Yeah, the Colonel definitely saved Spider twice by this point.
Nah, still no.
Did he?
What's that?
Did he save him twice?
Yeah, after the second time when he just let her old girl go, so the woman wouldn't kill him. I mean, they both knew he was gonna kill her. She was gonna kill him.
What was the first time?
Mm.
The first time was in the when they were tracking him. What he was falling or something.
Oh, okay.
And he had to
I
go
forgot.
back and
All
get him.
right. Yeah,
But
yeah,
he
yeah,
left
yeah.
him out there and died, but he went back there and got him. So I don't know. It's like, what do you do? This man's the reason everybody's in this position. He just killed your boy's dead now. What do you
You
do?
want to let him live.
But he has saved you twice, and it is kind of your dad. Like, I mean, I don't know. Do you have any feelings for it? How do you feel about that, AK? What are you gonna do?
I mean, if it's me, I'll be extra though. If it's me, I'm taking him out because he's literally the reason we had to leave our home and go on the run in the first damn place.
Mhm.
So nah. I mean, I've known you for a couple weeks. It was great, I guess, chatting and whatnots. But I owe you nothing. Like you said, you're not my dad. You ain't that dude that died.
But I have saved your life twice in this last week. Once in the
And?
last hour. I just saved your life in the last hour. Could have let you go.
That does not erase that he wants to kill essentially who Spider sees as his family.
Feel it.
So nah.
What about you, Phantom? You taking him out, you letting him live.
Taking him out.
You can just let him drown and that's it. And that's just it. You don't even have to take him out. You just have to not save him. Like it's basically
Exactly. Just don't pull him out.
Yeah, just let him drown or go in and be the hero and save the man that just saved you. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. He's bonded with him. He's got feels for daddy. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Like such a tough decision for poor Spider. But I don't know. That's a rough one. I mean, it's your dad, but it's not your dad. It's like, I don't know. He's going through all the emotions. He did, however, call him son when he asked him to come back with him. So, I mean, he's got to be in his feels. He has to be. So brutally different from when Neytiri said it, like, compared to when Jake said a son for a son. Jake's ready to welcome him into the family. Like, I'm not so sure about Neytiri.
Like, why is he only now welcomed into the family though?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's it's a sucky situation all around
Really
for Spider, honestly, and I don't like it. He deserves better.
So they bury their son, and now that they lay with the Macahan ancestors, Tonowari says that they are now water people. And Jake says he sees it now. He can't protect his family by running. He has to stay and fight. And this is his fortress now. If that's the case, why not go back home?
Go back home.
Right there in the land that you know and love. Like, what the hell? Like, and
I do not understand.
People that have already defeated the Sky People once before. Like, you may actually have a fighting chance with them. So what the hell? Like, that made no sense to me. No sense at all. I was like, it irritated. I don't know. How about you, Phantom? All in all, what do you think about Avatar 2?
Yeah. It's average.
Man.
Maybe I just don't like the water people. Maybe when we go to the Fire Clan, I'll be like, hey, I'm cool with these people, but
Is that what they're doing? Or are they doing?
Yeah, because the next
and
then the third film is going to be something with the fire.
How is that going to work? Are we going to be living in a volcano society? Like how is that even going to work out? I mean, I'm curious. I'm definitely gonna look out and watch it when it comes out. But
they're not gonna not watch it.
Trying to see what the dynamics are gonna be.
It'll be interesting. I don't know. So, how excited are we for that third and final movie, AK?
The third and final.
Says no third and final. It's like they already planned for like.
It's gonna be the third. There's at least two already.
Out of 1 million.
No, it's supposed to be 4.
Yeah, seriously.
It's supposed to be 4.
Oh, is there
4 total or 4 more?
No,
So
it's supposed to be 4 in total.
Air,
and then there was another article I was reading, and it said it could go into like 6 films.
Oh, geez.
So,
okay, see, he's taking cues from George R. R. Martin now, just extending stuff.
Wow, I didn't know anything about that. Oh, 5 quick little questions. You know how we do a little trivia. This is a tough one. It's been a while since we've seen it, so we will see. Try to keep them a little easier. But if you know these answers, put them in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. What are the blue people known as?
Na'vi?
The Na'vi. We tried to start.
I was about to say, I was confused because I knew the answer. I was like, wait, what? Because that's like a movie 1 question.
Oh, Linda says they have to cause controversy. Can't be easy on Spider situation. Bet Spider goes up to be a new age. Ooh, I love that, Linda. Spider goes up to be a new age Marine. He will probably
Define
give up
New Age Marine.
to be with his peeps. That'd be interesting. Or maybe he'll be the one that has to
Probably
like.
brought to Earth. Earth is dying, though.
Yeah, they
Remember
have
they
to.
said Earth is dying. He's not going to go back. What will he go back to Earth for?
He may be the just crossroads that like maybe Jake gets old and dies or something happens, and he'll be the new cross between the Earthlings coming and the Na'vi people of Pandora, and he'll be like the bridge that brings them all together. He'll be like the emperor of it all. That'll be crazy. I love that though. He'll be a new age Marine. I love that, Linda. That'd be crazy. I like that a lot. Oh, keeping it simple. What planet was this?
Pandora.
There it is. A little deeper. How fast did they say a swarm assemblers could build an entire building?
A week?
Isn't it like 30 days? No, it wasn't as long as 30 days. It was shorter than that. A week or two, I think.
How fast did they say a swarm of assemblers could build an entire building?
An hour?
That's funny. You guys remember it, so that's cool. We got that far. Nope, those are all incorrect. If you know the answer, put it in the chat box. You're watching later. Put it in the
Is it less than an hour or more than an hour?
more. Absolutely.
10 hours?
8 hours? 12 hours?
I'm thinking of like a regular almost a day.
We're not talking hours. We're not talking hours.
Oh, so it's days. Okay.
I
3
don't know.
days?
Incorrect.
Oh,
Keeping it running. What was Jake's family motto?
I don't remember because I was pissed off about his whole family dynamic.
What was Jake's family motto? Remember that? Put in the chat box, comment section down below if you're watching later. What was Jake's family motto? And last but not least, what was the serum they extracted from the Tulkun?
Yeah, definitely don't remember that.
Fountain of Youth.
Right? They did. What was the serum called from that they took from the Tulkun?
I don't know.
Got me mad because they got the guy from Legion up in there doing it.
Oh, feel it. Well, that is gonna do it. Linda said I'm going to Disneyland. Enjoy it. Have a good time there. That'll be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Absolutely. I haven't been to Disneyland in forever. I've been to Disneyland and Disney World. Awesome.
I think they got an attraction of Avatar either in Disneyland or Universal. I can't remember.
I think it's Universal.
Oh, that'll be tight. I've never been to
It
Universal.
should be weird. Isn't Avatar under the Disney umbrella? I think.
Probably. I
Well-
have no idea.
If it is, I mean, it makes sense that it would be there.
Oh, Disney owns
'Cause
Universal.
the parks, well, they don't own it, but the parks are all together.
Oh, okay.
I saw when her laughy faces, I was like, she's making it. She's like, that's the family motto. I'm going to Disneyland.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, but that's going to do it for us. If I have time, I'm going to try. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it done in time, but if I can, it looks like I will try to whip out a Ms. Marvels or a Marvels review, and we'll see if we can knock that one out on Thursday.
Thursday. Cool.
If not, we will definitely be back up and running. I know we got the Bad Batch coming up, so we're probably going to be dipping into that, talking about that. So absolutely. Linda says, I actually live 20 minutes away from Disneyland. Oh, so you've been there
Oh,
plenty.
lucky you.
Nice.
It's like
Very
just go
nice.
there on the family pass all the time. That'd be amazing. So yeah, looks like we're gonna be doing Marvels on Thursday if we can get it done. And yeah, if not Tuesday, but yeah, we're gonna try to get that done by Thursday and keep this party moving. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Till we see you on the next one. Be easy, everybody.